there, all you strange and interesting creatures of the internet. Welcome back to the All Seasons on F1 2019. As you can see, the Hookster is currently in 4th position, just 39 points behind the leader, Alexander Albon. And before we continue, I'd just like to say congratulations for Max Verstappen for winning the F1 2021 season. No, I haven't got a clue. I'm just hedging my bets because I'm recording this on a Saturday. But well done, Max. Well done indeed. Anyway, so it's time to move on. As you can see, we have now got to extend our contract, and we're just putting in some proposals which unfortunately have failed, so we've got to sort of unpropose a few things on our contract which we've just done, and once again we failed, so this time we've got to get it right, otherwise we're going to be in serious trouble and we might be driving for McLaren. Well, I think so anyway. Yes, finally we got it. So there you go, we got our contract now for the next 4 rounds of the championship. Fantastic. So as you can see from the vehicle performance comparison chart, we're still in 3rd position, which is very strange because this car certainly doesn't feel like it's up there. But anyway, that's what the chart says, so we have to go with it. So it's time for some more durability. Yes, that final part on the gearbox. So hopefully we'll get a little bit more wear out of our gearboxes in future. Yes, so as you can see now, our gearbox is now at 69% wear. And I'm not going to risk it because it's going to be at nearly 80 by the time we finish this next round. So I am going to take a gearbox penalty and put in a new gearbox for the next round of the championship at Spain. Yes, there's nothing else I can do. Otherwise, the gearbox will be knackered and we'll lose so many places it's not worth worrying about. So there you go then, on to the next round. We have got the gearbox durability. The weather is fine for Spain. Yes, no rain in Spain, falling mainly on the plane. Okay, let's do
Join
this.
us today at the Circuit de Barcelona Catalunya for what's bound to be a really hectic qualifying as the teams compete to set the best lap times.
Yes, so here we are at Spain. It's very, very hot, as you can see. Very, very hot indeed. Let's see what time Husa can pull in. Well, Hamilton's putting a faster time at the moment in the Red Bull, don't forget. In the Red Bull, 119.370. Let's have a look at our times. We're about to cross the line, and oh, it's a little bit short of that, and it's 3rd position at the moment, but 1.9 seconds behind the leader. Oh dear. Anyway, accelerate forward after a little bit later qualifying. You can see we're already down to 15th place. Albon's got pole at the moment, but we are slightly up on the deltas, but not by much. Just a few tenths at the moment. So we're about to complete this lap and see if we can get a little bit higher, maybe up into position 12 would be. I say that though, we've lost a huge amount of time there and we're down. Oh, now we gained a little bit on the delta there, but that's very, very strange. But anyway, we're about to cross the line now. Let's see if we can get into the top 12. Top 12, please. And no. Shit, we haven't. Anyway, a little bit later to qualifying, you can see, well, we got up to 14th position at the moment. We are just slightly 2 tenths up on our time. Vettel now has got pole position. Sebastian Vettel in the Ferrari. Fantastic for him in 2019. Has got pole position with a 119. We're about to cross the line. Hopefully we can make top 12. Are we going to do it? I don't know. I don't know if we are. Oh, 13th. 13th position for the race in Spain. Well, pretty disappointing, but not too bad. Anyway, that's the end of the qualifying, and we dropped down to 16th already as we're about to cross the line. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. And it's 17th position. Wowzers. Wowzers me trousers. That is very disappointing. Very disappointing indeed. And even more disappointing is 6th place for Kevin Magnussen. Alexander Albon got pole and we only ended up in 17th place. Okay then, let's do this.
What does the Spanish Grand Prix have in store for us today, I wonder? I hope we see some tight wheel-to-wheel action down the main straight, circa Mansell and Senna way back in '91, or maybe we'll have a more strategic race here on a track where overtaking can be difficult. It's a sellout crowd of 140,000 here today as we await lights out for the 730-metre sprint down to turn 1 of this 2.9-mile racetrack. Overtaking is challenging through these 16 corners, but there's still a lot of high-speed excitement to be found, including the flat-out turn 3 and the terrifying blind right of turn 9. And it's an absolute pleasure to be joined once again by Anthony Davidson. Can we talk about Toro Rosso? We have a number of changes to the aerodynamic regulations this year, and the signs haven't looked good for them so far in terms of getting to grips with those changes.
There are a few downcast looks within the team this weekend. I think they've been hit fairly hard by the new regs. But this is only the first step down a long road of development, and even if they don't maximise their points today, there are plenty more up for grabs this season.
Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's race. Alexander Albon will lead us away from pole position, and Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Grosjean, Verstappen, Carlos Sainz, and Vettel, Leclerc, Raikkonen, Stroll, and Lucas Faber, Hülkenberg, Norris, Daniel Ricciardo, and Butler, Magnussen, Perez. They'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. Daniel Kvyat and Valtteri Bottas, the captain, and George Russell ends our grid lineup. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
So it's time once again for the 5 lights to go out on the All Seasons career mode, and we say go, go, go. And it's away we go. Don't forget, of course, we had that gearbox penalty, so we actually started in 19th position. We got Valtteri Bottas right down the field with us as well as we go into the first turn. This is going to get very, very torturous as Hookster tries to find a line, tries to find a little bit of space, and he does manage to do so. Wowzers, yes, he gets through. We got 2 Toro Rossos, a little bit of a warning for collision there, but still trying to get past Devon bloody Butler and Kvyat, both the Toro Rosso cars who are in front of us now, up into 17th position. This is not looking good though. Magnussen's already dropped down to 14th place, I do believe, of course, our teammate. This is not good. We have to do a little bit of corner cutting on the grass to try and get past those Toro Rossos, but we do manage to get past, and we're going for a move now, and I think that was Daniel Ricciardo, of course, in our old car, and we get past, and we do also get past Nico Hülkenberg. So up now into 12th position. Fantastic move there from the Hookster, and he's now chasing Lando Norris, who's in the Alfa Romeo for 2019. Yes, Lando has left McLaren. Well, of course, he's left because we took his seat away from him, and so he joined Alfa. So now we are behind our ex-teammate of McLaren as we now go for a move down the inside. We had to brake very, very hard there. In fact, Stroll had to brake very hard indeed as well, and we're up now to 11th place, just behind Lance Stroll in the Racing Point. The Racing Points are doing really well this season, I have to say. Got a lot of performance from that car, so that may be an opportunity for us to try and get into a better car next year, but I'm not quite sure, or at least the second half of this season, of the season 2 of the All Seasons on F1 2019, as Alexander Albon now puts in the fastest lap. We're just about to complete lap 1. I can't believe it's only lap 1. And we've made it up into 11th position, still chasing Stroll. As we accelerate forward out of lap 2, still chasing Lance Stroll, as we can see. Is he going to do a dive? Is he going to do a dive? Yes, he does. This is going to get very... Oh, wowzers. In the end, that was a beautiful move there for Nookster. Absolutely beautiful. And we are now up into the points. Yes, we are up into 10th position. One single solitary World Championship point. And now we're chasing Weber. Yes, Weber in the Renault car directly in front of us. Still on lap 2, just about to complete. As we accelerate forward out of lap 3, we've got some flags going out on the circuit. Green flags are going out. Oh no, Lance Stroll is out of the session. Lance Stroll is out. Wowzers. Well, let's go to a replay and see exactly what happened to Lance Stroll's Racing Point. And as you can see, oh, it's an engine problem. Yes, his engine has let go. That's it for Lance Stroll. He is out. There's lots of smoke coming out the back of that engine. Of course, it could be gearbox, but it looks very much like it's the engine on that Racing Point. And he has retired. So back to us on lap 5 now. Still in 10th position, still chasing some more points, still chasing Weber, who's still in 9th, but he's sort of putting out a little bit of gap, but he has got quite a few cars in front of him, which is going to slow him down. In fact, a huge amount of trolley train of cars in front, so that's going to be great news for us if we can catch up to the back of him. But can we catch up? Oh, as we take out the bollard, we're not going to worry about that because we're going to come in for an early pit stop so we don't get held up in these pits like we have been doing in the last few rounds of this championship. So in we come very, very early indeed. Lap 6 out of 17, in fact. The lads are waiting for us. Yes, we change onto the yellow sideboard, the harder tyre for the rest of this stint. We rejoin, and there was no holding the stop, of course, because there wasn't any other cars around us. We're going to rejoin now in 19th position on lap 6, chasing George Russell in, of course, that Williams car from 2019. So there you go. We rejoin the field, chasing like crazy now to see if we can catch up to the back markers right at the back. Russell being the first one in the Williams car. Okay, it's time to accelerate forward out to lap 6. As you can see, cars are now coming in for their pit stops, so we may gain quite a few positions here, hopefully up into about 12th place. Let's have a look, because we're just about to pass the... Oh, we've got a fastest sector time. That's good. That's pretty decent. As you can see, we go past... Oh, I think we've been jumped by a few cars there, though. We've already come out of the pit lane. We've made it up into 15th place, but I think Kimi Raikkonen has jumped us in the pit stop. This is not good as we accelerate forward out to lap 7. So there is Raikkonen as we completely cross it up going through that chicane there. Absolutely horrible move there from Hookster, but more cars have now come in for their pit stop. So hopefully now we can get back into the points. There's a huge amount of cars. Just look at the mini-map. But some of them already coming out. Oh my goodness, look at this. We've got Charles Leclerc. He's got our 10th position, and then we're going to see if we can dive around the outside. Yes, we do. And we get past Charles Leclerc and up into the points finally as we accelerate forward at lap 8. But look at this. There is another car that's come in. I think it's one of the Williams cars. So that means we are going to gain one more position. So in fact, we have gained a position from our pit stop and not lost out. That's fantastic news. As Charles Leclerc trying to get past us to sneak down the inside in that Huss car. But we managed to fend him off at the moment and hold on to this 9th place. We accelerate forward out to lap 11. Still holding on to 9th. The gap to Kimi Raikkonen now is 2.881 seconds, but we've got to concentrate on the car that's trying to get past us. It is, of course, Charles Leclerc in that hustle. We go wide on the exit, very, very wide indeed. I think Charles is going to see if he can sneak down the inside of us. There he goes. He's still there on the inside, but I think we're going to cut off his nose. Yes, we do. And we hold on to this 9th position on lap 11 now. Yes, lap 11. Out of 17 as we accelerate forward now to lap 13, just going past the pits once again, and there's no real change in the positions. Leclerc is still behind us, still chasing like crazy. We are now 6.5. Oh my goodness, here comes Leclerc once again. Did he have his DRS open? I think he did, but look at this, beautiful from the Hookster. Manages to fend him off and hold on to this 9th place. I can't believe the pace of these Huss cars in 2019 of season 2. I really can't believe their pace. I don't know where it's come from. Must be that rich energy stuff. Yes. Anyway, lap 16 now, as you can see, still no change. We're now 9 seconds behind Raikkonen, but look at this. We've got Valtteri Bottas in the Mercedes under the DRS. He managed to get past us. No, Valtteri, no. And we managed to hold on once again to this 9th position. With just one more lap of this Grand Prix left, and hopefully we can get some decent points. Well, I say decent, we're at the bottom end of the points, but at least it's better than no points at all as we accelerate forward down to lap 17. It's the last lap of the race. As you can see, Kimi Raikkonen is going to finish in 8th, and Alexander Albon puts in a fastest lap, and he actually wins the race as well in the Mercedes car. And it looks like we are going to finish in 9th position, which is 2 World Championship points. I would say pretty decent for the McLaren, but not too good. We want to really be 6th, 5th and 4th in this first half of the F1 2019 season on season 2. Really, I think we need to be up there, so it's a little bit disappointing, but Spain's a very fast circuit and it doesn't really suit the McLaren. So we cross the line now and get some decent points in the bag. I think we'll be well happy with that. 9th place, points every race. That's what we have to aim for. Points every single race. And there he is. There's Toto Wolff, the turbine. Oh my goodness, he looks horrible. He looks like he's about 20. Oh, there he goes. The wrinkles have just drawn themselves in. Fantastic. As Alexander Albon, the race winner, gets out of his car. Well done, Alex. Well done indeed. And there are the Mercedes team mechanics with Alex Gilliam, F1 YouTuber, in the background, congratulating himself and all the others. As the Hookster gets out of his car, look at that. He's quite happy with that. 2 points, he says. Pretty decent indeed. So on to the podium then. There they all are. There is the winner, Alexander Albon, in of course the Mercedes car. And there's Lulu in a Red Bull. And I'm never going to get used to that. Never ever am I going to get used to that, because in real life that's never going to happen. And it never would have happened either. No, never would have happened. Lulu would never have gone to Red Bull. No, I can tell you that for nothing. But there goes the champagne. Well, unless he got lots of cash, of course, then he would have done. There goes the champagne over everyone. So let's have a look at the final standings then after that. So we've dropped down to 6th position, unfortunately. 63 points behind Alexander Albon. Max Verstappen has overtaken us in that Huss car. Wowzers. Absolute wowzers. Okay then, and the constructors, we are in 6th place as well. So it's time to move on. But before we do, it's time to go out in one of those cars from yesteryear. Yes, it's the Brawn from 2009. The almighty Brawn. The all-conquering Brawn, driven by Jenson Button. It just absolutely beat everything for about the first 6 rounds before all the other teams suddenly worked out what a rear diffuser actually was and decided to actually implement it on their cars, and they started to catch up with the Brawn very, very quickly indeed. And yes, that double diffuser on that car, it really didn't do it much good, because towards the end of the championship it was looking very, very dicey for Jenson Button. But he did eventually win the championship in the Brawn car. It was fantastic to see, and a little bit of a milestone for Formula 1, because I don't think that's ever happened before, where a team, which was actually the Honda team, has come out of nowhere and gone on to win a championship. So well done to Jenson Button and Brawn in 2009. Fantastic. And we have passed our checkpoint challenge as well. Great to see. Great to see. Oh, unfortunately, we didn't beat Weber, though. No, a little bit behind Weber, but that's okay. That's okay. We'll live with that. So on to the next Grand Prix, and it's time for oh, God. It's Monaco, everyone. And not only that, but it's going to be raining for the race. I can't think of anything worse, to be honest. I really can't. Okay, then, let's just do this.
Circuit de Monaco for one of the most challenging qualifying sessions on the Formula 1 calendar. Who can add their name to the illustrious list of Monte Carlo pole sitters here today?
Okay then, so here we go for Monaco, and it's desperate that we get a pretty decent result here, because it's going to be raining for the race. Anyway, at the moment Bottas has got pole position, and let's see what time we're going to put in as we cross the line, and it's going to... Oh, bloody hell! 7th place at the moment, 1.4 seconds behind the leader, but 7th position is pretty decent, because as anyone knows, Hookster is not very good at Monaco at all. Anyway, a little bit later to qualify, you can see we've dropped down to 14th place, but look at this, we got some very exciting. We're 1.1 seconds up on our Delta times. Oh my God, we almost did the unthinkable and got pole position at Monaco there, but we got 3rd place just behind Bottas and Hamilton. I cannot believe it. Anyway, a little bit later to qualifying, you can see, in fact, qualifying is about to end. We're still holding on to this 3rd place. We're letting the other cars go past, but are we going to hold on to 3rd? Yeah, we're really trying to get out of the way of all these cars here, but are we going to hold on to this 3rd? Or are we going to drop down a little bit? Well, just going to find out as we just let all the cars go past. We're still in 3rd place at the moment as we're about to cross the line. Is it going to stay in 3rd? And the qualifying is complete. I didn't see it. Did it drop? Did it? Oh, it did bloody drop. Look at that. 8th position. But still a pretty decent result, has to be said, at Monaco. Of course, it's more important. He's going to be the start at Sainte Devote. But anyway, 6th for Kevin Magnussen, 8th for us. Lewis Hamilton got pole in the Red Bull. Okay then, let's do this.
Motor racing has come a long way since the first Grand Prix of the early 20th century. We have faster cars, bigger circuits, highly trained drivers who've dedicated their lives to racing. But still, we return here. Still, it remains the most desired victory in Formula 1. Still, we race the Monaco Grand Prix. We already see the lowest average speeds of the season here at the Circuit de Monaco, and they'll be even lower in the difficult conditions today. 19 corners make up this famous 2-mile track, and with the rain, it'll be even harder than usual to get that critical heat into the tyres. Don't be surprised if we see a safety car at some point during the Grand Prix. Anthony Davidson also joins me in the commentary box today. Let's talk about Mercedes. We have a number of changes to the aerodynamic regulations this year, and the signs haven't looked good for them so far in terms of getting to grips with those changes.
It doesn't look promising for them so far. And if the new regs have hit them as hard as we think, well, I suspect they may need a few late nights at the factory to get back on track.
Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and starting alongside is Lucas Faber. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, Perez, Kevin Magnussen, and Vettel, the captain, Grosjean, Ricciardo, and Lando Norris. Butler, Bottas, they've taken a grid penalty. Carlos Sainz and Albon. Russell, Raikkonen, Nico Hülkenberg, and Lance Stroll. Fiat and Max Verstappen completes the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
Please be careful into Sainte Devote. Oh, shut up, Jeff. Anyway, the 5 lights go out once again on the all-season career, and we say go, go, go. It's a 7th position start for the Hookster. This is going to be the all-important thing. I don't think anything else is going to happen in this race apart from the start and this first turn. Let's have a look. And the Hookster gets past his teammate as well. Oh, my goodness, there's contact with Weber, but he gets through. He gets through up into 4th position. Yes, it's another fantastic result from the guy that never gives up, and he never surrenders, don't you know? So up into 4th position in front of his teammate, and I think that's going to be all we're going to see for excitement in this race, because there's going to be no pit stops. I don't think so anyway. I think the intermediate tyre is going to go all the way to the end of this Grand Prix. And so we're basically going to have to sit here because I don't think we've got the pace to catch up with Webber. As we now go through the casino hairpin. Everyone's going through, not too bad. We've got another Mercedes right at the back of the field there. I don't know what's going on. Maybe had some penalties. But anyway, we continue on now to go through the tunnel section of the gorgeous Monaco circuit. Well, I say it's gorgeous. It's absolutely pissing down at the moment. So there won't be any supermodels sitting out there in the yachts waving all their little boobies at us. No, there won't be that, unfortunately, because the Hookster loves that kind of thing. Yes, he does. He loves that kind of thing. Every day and twice on Sundays. Yes. But anyway, so still the first lap at Monaco. Still hold on to 4th position. Trying to catch Weber, but it's very, very difficult in these very, very wet and greasy conditions. Of course, the track surface is very, very greasy because it is, of course, a street circuit. So as soon as the rain comes down, it starts to lift all the oils that are up on the circuit from like your everyday cars going through it, and it starts to really make it greasy indeed at Monaco. Anyway, that's the end of the first lap. Fastest lap goes to Lewis Hamilton, and we continue on to lap 2 as we accelerate forward now to lap 3. Still in 4th position, going through the tunnel and looking through the halo bar, as you can see. Still trying to catch Weber, but unfortunately I just don't think we've got the paces. Oh, we shortcut the chicane there. That's not good, but I think we just had a little bit of outbraking there in these wet conditions. But we are still holding on to this 4th position at Monaco, still chasing Weber. And the gap is now 1.2 seconds. Magnussen is still behind. So we accelerate forward at lap 4. No real change in the positions. Of course, this is to be expected at Monaco. If we're not going to make any pit stops as well, we're just basically going to hold station, I do believe. And we still hold on to 4th. Is Magnussen going to go for a move? Or has he been instructed by his team to just hold behind us? I don't know. We will find out. We will find out as the race progresses. We'll accelerate forward at lap 9. So we've got 28% of wear on the tyres, as you can see, and almost at half distance on the race. So it's going to be pretty marginal by the time we get to the end of the race. But are the rest of the field going to pit, or are they going to hang it out until the end of the Grand Prix? We will see as things unfold. But at the moment, we're still holding on to this 4th position. But unfortunately, Weber has now got a little bit of a gap on us as we accelerate forward at lap 15. Yes, absolutely nothing has happened in this race. Yes, absolutely nothing. And we can definitely say without any assurance now that no one is going to pit in this race because there's only 5 more laps to go. We're at 42% wear now on the tyres, so it's going to be very marginal towards the end, but still no one has come into the pits, and at this late stage I don't think anyone will do as we accelerate forward at lap 20. Yes, it's the last lap of the race, just coming through the very, very tight hairpin there. We're at 57% wear on the tyres, but everyone else has oh, we got a car off. This is the only excitement we're going to see. It's Daniel Kvyat. He is off just before the tunnel. And that's it, everyone. That is it. Yes. We're going to finish, though, in some very, very decent World Championship points. So that's good for us. 4th position. That's exactly where we need to be. Unfortunately, it was a very, very boring race due partly to the fact that it's Monaco and partly due to the fact that it's wet conditions, so nobody coming for their pit stop, so there was no strategy involved there as Lewis Hamilton now puts in the fastest lap and wins the race in that Red Bull. So yes, basically everyone has ended up where they started. Basically I can't see any sort of swapping of any very positions, so there you go. We're just coming around the final corner now to complete the race at Monaco. Very, very boring indeed, but we did indeed get 4th position and some more important World Championship points for our campaign. Fantastic. There you go then. 4th position, ahead of our teammate as well. Always good to be ahead of your teammate. So there it is. Very, very soggy at Monaco. There's no girls out there with their bikinis on, and I'm very, very disappointed with that. Very, very disappointed indeed. There is the race winner, Lewis Hamilton. Did he win the championship? Did he? I don't know. This is Saturday, not Sunday. We will find out, won't we, later. And there's our F1 YouTuber congratulating everyone. And there's X-Matty G in the background as well. Wowzers. 2 for the price of 1. And there's Laurent Grosjean, who finished in 8th place. So onto the podium then. There is Lulu. And there's Charles Leclerc in the Haas car. I still can't get over that. Charles Leclerc in the Haas car in 2nd position. It's time now for the champagne to start going over everyone. Go on, lads. Go on. Yeah, get it in his eyes. He don't care. Don't forget that silly old duffer behind you. Yeah, Adrian Newey. Don't forget him. He loves a bit of champagne in his eye. Yeah, he does. Look at him. He looks about 90. Come on, Codemasters. He looks about 90 years old. He's not that old, is he? Bloody hell. So there you go then. Daniel Kvyat didn't finish and we finished in 4th position. Let's have a look now in the standings after these 2 rounds. So we have now gone back up to 4th position, just 51 points behind the leader now, and we've got ahead of Max Verstappen as well, which is great news. Alexander Albon still in the lead with 106 World Championship points. Wowzers, and we've gone into 4th in the Constructors as well. Well, as always, thanks so much for watching, everyone. You have been awesome, as always, and yes, of course, there will, of course, be more later.